Question number 2, subdivision number 1, exercise 2.7. There are two complex numbers in polar form. They are in multiplication. Z1 equal to R1 into cos theta 1 plus I sin theta 1. And Z2 equal to R2 into cos theta 2 plus I sin theta 2. When multiply these two, Z1 Z2 will be equal to R1 R2 into cos of theta 1 plus theta 2 plus I into sin of theta 1 plus theta 2. That is, when we multiply two complex numbers in polar form, its modulus value multiplied and the argument values will be added. By using this result, here there is no modulus value, just we can add the argument values pi by 6 plus pi by 12 plus I into sin of pi by 6 plus pi by 12. Now we added it. By simplifying this, we will get the answer now. This is one of the result. Now taking LCM, cos of, taking 12 as LCM here, 2 pi plus pi, 3 pi, 2 pi plus pi by 12 plus I into sin of 2 pi plus pi by 12, that is equal to cos of 3 pi by 12 plus I into sin of 3 pi by 12. Simplifying this will get cos pi by 4 plus I sin pi by 4. Cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2 45 degree plus I into sin pi by 4 is also 1 by root 2. So cos pi by 6 plus I sin pi by 6 into cos pi by 12 plus I sin pi by 12 equal to 1 by root 2 plus I into 1 by root 2. For the second subdivision, we have the property R1 into cos theta 1 plus I sin theta 1 divided by R2 into cos theta 2 plus I sin theta 2. Now I have taken two complex number in division, Z1 by Z2, they are in polar form. Z1 by Z2 are in polar form, they are in division. Now this means R1 by R2 into cos theta 1 minus theta 2 plus I into sin of theta 1 minus theta 2. When the two complex numbers are in division, now the modulus value is divided and the argument value are subtracted. This is the second result. Substituting this result, we can simplify this, which is equal to the modulus value of 1 by 2 into cos of pi by 6 minus pi by 3. Here we have plus pi by 6 and we can write it as cos theta minus I sin theta will be equal to cos of minus theta plus I into sin of minus theta. So change it first, cos of minus pi by 6 plus I into sin of minus pi by 6 divided by cos pi by 3 plus I sin pi by 3. Now applying this result, R1 by R2, 1 by 2 into cos theta 1 minus theta 2. Here theta 1 is minus pi by 6, theta 2 is pi by 3. Subtracting we have 1 by 2 into cos of minus pi by 6 minus pi by 3 plus I into sin of minus pi by 6 minus pi by 3. When we simplify it, it will equal to 1 by 2 into cos of, this is 30 degree and 60 degree. Pi by 6 means 30 degree and pi by 3 means it is 60 degree. Adding these two will get 90 degree. When we write that in radians, 90 equal to pi by 2. So both are negative. We can simplify it, cos of minus pi by 2 plus I into sin of minus pi by 2. So 1 by 2 into cos of minus pi by 2 plus I into sin of minus pi by 2. Now simplify it, which is equal to 1 by 2 into cos 90. Cos 90 is 0. So cos of minus 90 means plus cos 90, that is 0. Sin of minus 90 is minus sin 90. So minus I into sin pi by 2, which is equal to 1 by 2 into minus I into sin 90 is 1. So it will be equal to minus I by 2. That is equal to minus I by 2. Minus I by 2. Here question number 3, subdivision number 1. If x1 plus iy1 into x2 plus iy2 etc. xn plus iyn equal to a plus ib, that is a product of these complex number equal to the complex number a plus ib, and show that the first subdivision x1 square plus y1 square into x2 square plus y2 square etc. xn square plus yn square will be equal to a square plus b square. This is very simple thing. This is the given condition. By taking modulus on both sides of the given condition, given x1 plus iy1 into x2 plus iy2 into x3 plus iy3 etc. xn plus iyn equal to a plus ib. Now taking modulus on both sides, modulus of x1 plus iy1 into x2 plus iy2 into x3 plus iy3 etc. xn plus iyn equal to modulus of a plus ib. Now I have taken modulus on both sides. Now we can split the modulus. So separating the modulus x1 plus iy1 into x2 plus iy2 and x3 plus iy3 etc. modulus of xn plus iyn equal to modulus of a plus ib. By the property we can split modulus of z1, z2, z3 etc. mod zn equal to modulus z1 into modulus z2 into modulus 3 etc. modulus zn. So by use of the property we can split the modulus here. So modulus means that is square root of sum of the squares of real and imaginary part. So here x1 square plus y1 square and into here root of x2 square plus y2 square etc. Here root of xn square plus yn square equal to root of a square plus b square. Now squaring on both sides, all the square root get cancelled, which implies on squaring or squaring on both sides, squaring on both sides we get x1 square plus y1 square into x2 square plus y2 square into etc. xn square plus yn square equal to a square plus b square. The first division is get over. Now we have second subdivision. Subdivision number 2 in question number 3. Given x1 plus iy1 into x2 plus iy2 etc. xn plus iyn equal to a plus ib. Now we should prove sum of r equal to 1 to n tan inverse of yr by xr equal to tan inverse of b by a plus k pi, where k belongs to z. Now the given result is this one, given x1 plus iy1 x2 plus iy2 etc. xn plus iyn equal to a plus ib. Now taking argument on both sides, taking argument or applying argument on both sides, taking arguments on both sides, now argument of, we have formula argument of z1 z2 equal to argument of z1 plus argument of z2. We have property argument of z1 z2 equal to argument of z1 plus argument of z2. So argument of x1 plus i1 into argument of x2 plus iy2 etc. argument of xn plus iyn will be equal to argument of x1 plus iy1 plus argument, they are in product, we can separate by addition, argument of x2 plus iy2 plus etc. plus argument of xn plus iyn, xn plus iyn, which is equal to argument of a plus ib. Now argument of x plus iy is equal to argument of x plus iy equal to tan inverse of y by x. That is theta. Argument of the complex number equal to tan inverse of y by x, tan inverse of modulus of y by x. Now applying argument to these numbers, which is equal to tan inverse of y1 by x1 plus tan inverse of y2 by x2 plus etc. plus tan inverse of yn by xn equal to. Now adding these all complex numbers, it will vary by multiple of 2 pi. So multiply of 2 pi. Now tan inverse of, this is tan inverse of b by a plus writing general value, it will be equal to plus k pi. So where k belongs to z. By writing its general value, these are all tan inverse y by 1 by x1, tan inverse of y2 by x2, etc. tan inverse of yn by x1 plus this argument of a plus ib is nothing but sum of all the arguments of this one. So it will be in the general form tan inverse of b by a plus k pi, where k belongs to z. So writing these values in general, that is equal to sum of, instead the plus sum, we can write sum of r equal to 1 to n. This is a simplified form of the last one. Sum of r equal to 1 to n, tan inverse of yr by xr equal to tan inverse of b by a plus k pi, comma k belongs to z. Question number 4. Given 1 plus z by 1 minus z equal to 1 plus z by 1 minus z equal to cos 2 theta plus I sin 2 theta, should prove z equal to I into tan theta. Show that z equal to I into tan theta. Now before entering this, we will have some ideas about Euler's form. First of all, we can learn that we know that e power I theta equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. E power minus I theta equal to 1 by e power plus I theta, that is equal to 1 by cos theta plus I sin theta. Cos theta plus I sin theta. Now e power I theta divided by e power minus I theta equal to e power I theta into the denominator become e power plus I theta in the numerator. That will be equal to e power I 2 theta. So e power I 2 theta can rewritten as e power I theta by e power minus I theta. And e power I theta minus e power I theta minus e power minus I theta. E power I theta minus e power minus I theta equal to e power I theta means cos theta plus I sin theta. E power minus I theta means cos theta minus I sin theta, that is cos theta plus I sin theta minus of cos theta minus I sin theta. When we multiply in minus inside, cos get cancelled, this will become 2i sin theta. So I sin theta will get 2i sin theta. These are the results are needed when we apply in this problem. When we know these results, easily we can complete. So here given 1 plus z by 1 minus z, we can write it as theta means it is e power I theta. If 2 theta appears, that is e power I 2 theta. So from the given result, given 1 plus z by 1 minus z equal to cos 2 theta plus I sin 2 theta, we can write it as e power I 2 theta. Just cross multiply it. 1 plus z equal to 1 minus z into e power I 2 theta. Cross multiply it. 1 into e power I theta, e power I theta, e power I 2 theta. 1 into e power I 2 theta, e power I 2 theta, minus z into e power I 2 theta, minus z e power I 2 theta. Now grouping z one side, the constant other side. Now z plus z e power I 2 theta equal to e power I 2 theta, the plus 1 on the right side, minus 1. Look, listen carefully here. Here we have z. This z term become left side plus. So z plus z into e power I 2 theta. Then here we have e power I 2 theta. This 1 on the right side, minus 1. Now taking z as common, 1 plus e power I 2 theta equal to e power I2 theta minus 1. Now z equal to e power I2 theta minus 1 by 1 plus e power I2 theta. We can simplify further. So listen here, e power I2 theta equal to e power I theta by e power minus I theta. So this is equal to e power I theta by e power minus I theta minus 1 divided by, here e power I theta rewritten as 1 plus e power I theta by e power minus I theta. By simplifying this, we'll get z equal to, taking LCM, e power I theta minus e power minus I theta divided by e power minus I theta whole divided by the denominator, cross multiply it, e power minus I theta plus e power plus I theta divided by e power minus I theta. This e power minus I theta, e power will get cancelled. Remaining is equal to e power I theta plus e power minus I theta by e power minus I theta plus e power plus I theta. Now look at here, e power I theta minus e power minus I theta is 2i sin theta. So the denominator is 2i sin theta, 2i sin theta. And look at the numerator, when we add this, the numerator will be equal to now look at the terms in the numerator, e power I theta minus e power minus I theta divided by, in the denominator, e power minus I theta plus e power plus I theta. Look at the result here, e power I theta minus e power minus I theta equal to 2i sin theta. So this is equal to 2i sin theta divided by, when we subtract it will be 2i sin theta. When we add these two results, now I sin theta and I sin minus I theta get cancelled, cos theta and added, when we keep plus here, if it is plus means here also we have plus, both sin term cancel, cos term will be added, so 2 cos theta, and the denominator we have 2 cos theta. Cancelling these two, I remains and sin by cos is tan theta. Therefore z equal to I into tan theta. Question number 5. Given sum of cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma and equal to 0 and sin alpha plus sin beta, sin gamma equal to 0. Sum of these two terms and these three terms is equal to 0. Sum of the terms of real part and sum of the imaginary parts are 0. Then show that these two results are equal. The first one is cos 3 alpha, cos 3 beta, cos 3 gamma equal to 3 cos alpha plus beta plus gamma, and sin 3 alpha, sin 3 beta, sin 3 gamma equal to 3 sin alpha plus beta plus gamma. Now from the given result, I am forming a complex number. Sum of the complex number, let x is equal to cos alpha plus I sin alpha. Returning in Euler form, e power I alpha, and y equal to cos beta plus I sin beta. In the Euler form, it is rewritten as e power I beta, and z equal to cos gamma plus I sin gamma. In Euler form, it is e power I gamma. Now I have formed by using the above results 3 complex number. One is cos alpha plus I sin alpha, that is x. Another one is cos beta plus I sin beta, that is y. Third one is cos gamma plus I sin gamma, that is z. They are in Euler form, e power I alpha, e power I beta and e power I gamma. Here adding the results of x, y, z, the complex number x plus y plus z equal to cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma, adding the real parts, and then plus I into sin alpha plus sin beta plus sin gamma. adding these three complex numbers that I have formed. Here sum of the real part cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, and sum of the imaginary part sin alpha, sin beta, sin gamma. By the given result they are 0. So it is equal to 0 plus I0. So x plus y plus z equal to 0. In algebra we have formula x plus y plus z equal to 0. Then x cube plus y cube plus z cube equal to 3xyz. It is happening only when x plus y plus sum of the terms is equal to 0. Sum of 3x plus y plus z equal to 0. Then it will be equal to x cube plus y cube plus z cube equal to 3xy. It will follows this. So now substituting here the above values. X means e power I alpha. So e power I alpha whole cube plus e power I beta whole cube plus e power I gamma whole cube equal to 3 into e power I alpha into e power I beta into e power I gamma. Now we can multiply inside, which implies e power I3 alpha plus e power I3 beta plus e power I3 gamma equal to 3 into e to the power I into alpha plus beta plus gamma. It will be simplified as e power I3 alpha plus e power I3 beta plus e power I3 gamma equal to 3 into bases are equal. We can add the power taking I as common, alpha plus beta plus gamma. Now we can expand and we will get the remaining results of the two cases here. Now this e power I3 alpha means cos 3 alpha plus I sin 3 alpha, and plus e power I3 beta means cos 3 beta plus I sin 3 beta, and plus e power I3 gamma is cos 3 gamma plus I sin 3 gamma, which is equal to 3 into e power I alpha plus beta plus gamma means cos of alpha plus beta plus gamma plus I into sin of alpha plus beta plus gamma. Now separating the real part and imaginary part here, cos 3 alpha plus cos 3 beta plus cos 3 gamma are real part plus I into sin 3 alpha plus sin 3 beta plus sin 3 gamma are imaginary part. That will be equal to multiplying 3 inside, 3 cos alpha plus beta plus gamma plus I into 3 sin alpha plus beta plus gamma. Now these two complex numbers are equal because we have equal here. That means the corresponding real part and the corresponding imaginary part are equal. Because of the equality of two complex number a plus ib equal to c plus id, then a equal to c and b equal to d. By use of the above property, here the real part are equal and the imaginary part are equal. So equating real and imaginary part, we will get the first two results. So equating real and imaginary part on both sides, real and imaginary parts on both sides, we have first and the second result. Cos 3 alpha plus cos 3 beta cos 3 gamma will be equal to 3 cos alpha plus beta plus gamma, because these three are real part. And then moving to imaginary, omitting I, sin 3 alpha sin 3 beta sin 3 gamma equal to, here also omitting I, 3 into sin alpha plus beta plus gamma. They are the two results. We have the above results, cos 3 alpha plus cos 3 beta plus cos 3 gamma equal to 3 cos alpha plus beta plus gamma, and the second result sin 3 alpha plus sin 3 beta plus sin 3 gamma equal to 3 sin alpha plus beta plus gamma. So the two results are derived from equating real and imaginary part of this step. So finally, by equating the real and imaginary part, cos 3 alpha, cos 3 beta, cos 3 gamma equal to 3 cos alpha plus beta plus gamma, that is first one. And then equating imaginary part, sin 3 alpha, sin 3 beta, sin 3 gamma equal to 3 sin alpha plus beta plus gamma, that is the second one. Given z equal to x plus iy and argument of z minus I by z plus 2 equal to pi by 4, show that x square plus y square plus 3x minus 3y plus 2 equal to 0. By using this condition, we should prove x square plus y square plus 3x plus 3y plus 2 equal to 0. Given z equal to x plus iy, just substitute in this. Now z minus I by z plus 2 will be equal to x plus iy minus I divided by x plus iy plus 2, which will be equal to grouping real and imaginary part x plus taking I as common y minus 1 divided by, here real part is x plus 2 plus iy. Now taking conjugate to this into x plus 2 into x plus 2 minus iy divided by x plus 2 minus iy, just multiplying the conjugate of the denominator. Now multiply it. When we multiply, the denominator are conjugate to each other, so that is x plus 2 whole square plus y square. And then multiplying the numerator, the real part are x y minus 1. The complex number, this is real part, here we have imaginary part. The real and imaginary part of first one is x y minus 1. And then write the real and imaginary of the second one, x plus 2 minus y. Now multiplying the both the complex number and the numerator, just multiply the real part first, x into x plus 2, that is x square plus 2x, x square plus 2x, then multiplying the imaginary part, changing its sign. Now here minus y square changing its sign plus y square, and multiplying these two, plus y changing its sign minus y. So multiply the corresponding terms and write here. Then multiply imaginary parts corresponding term and change its sign right here. We will get a real part. Then plus I into, to find imaginary, eliminate the sign and just cross multiply, we will get the imaginary part, that is minus xy, and then xy minus x, xy minus x, and 2y minus 2 plus 2y minus 2. Now I have multiplied the numerator and denominator. Now which is equal to the real part is x square plus y square plus 2x minus y divided by x plus 2 whole square plus y square plus I into the imaginary part is minus xy plus xy get cancelled, minus x plus 2y minus 2 divided by x plus 2 whole square plus y square. This is by usual method. I have multiplied and I have written in a standard form, that is real and imaginary form. That is now we have formula argument of z equal to, that is argument of x plus iy equal to tan inverse of y by x. Argument of z equal to argument of x plus y, z is x plus y. Then argument of a complex number equal to tan inverse of y by x. Now we have simplified this as a complex number. This is real part, this is imaginary part. So argument of this will be equal to argument of z minus I by z plus 2 will be equal to tan inverse of y divided by x. Y means imaginary, x means real. That is y means this is imaginary by real. When we divide this one by imaginary by real, the denominator get cancelled. The remaining is minus x plus 2y minus 2 divided by x square plus y square plus 2x minus y. Now this will be equal to pi by 4 is given, which is equal to pi by 4, which is equal to pi by 4. So given that argument of z minus I by z plus 2 equal to tan inverse of minus x plus 2y minus 2 by x square plus y square plus 2x minus y, and this result will be equal to pi by 4 equivalent. Now taking tan on both sides, minus x plus 2y minus 2 divided by x square plus y square plus 2x minus y equal to tan pi by 4, that is equal to 1. So just cross multiplying, we will get minus x plus 2y minus 2 equal to 1 into the denominator x square plus y square plus 2x minus y. Yeah, this is tan of pi by 4 equal to 1. The numerator you have minus x plus 2y minus 2, and the denominator x square plus y square plus 2x minus y. We have 1 on the right side, cross multiplying it, x square plus y square plus 2x minus y. Minus x plus 2y minus 2 equal to x square plus y square plus 2x minus y. Now grouping one side, we will get x square plus y square plus 3x minus 3y plus 2 equal to 0. That is our required result.